Hi guys, Chris Dimitrovitz here, your health and fat loss coach. And in this video today, I want to discuss with you the best diet for fat loss. So I apologize in advance. This might not be what you want to hear, but there really is none. Okay, I know that might be a little bit frustrating to you right now, but allow me to explain. Any diet really can work for fat loss. Okay. The key here is that you have to believe in yourself. That's really the main point here. Okay. So there's so many fad diets out there. And the problem with that is that you're basically taking somebody else's idea for what they believe in. And now you're trying to incorporate it into your own life. And the problem with that is we all have our own personal thunderstorms, I like to call it. Okay, so our own personal context is really the key here. Okay, there's a lot of factors that are going to affect, whether or not you're going to be successful in your goals. Okay, so there's obstacles that you might want to identify, because until you do so and you remove those obstacles, you work on removing them, you're going to have issues no matter what diet you follow. Okay, so the main obstacles, aside from not believing in yourself and a lack of confidence, is really stressors. I would say stressors and toxins. Okay, so we do face, in our modern lifestyle today, we do face a lot of mental stressors. So this would be anything related to your job, your career, your regular household duties, raising children, all those kinds of responsibilities, your finances, relationships, and so on and so forth. So when we face a lot of these stressors, these mental stressors, it's really hard on the brain and our overall metabolism as well. So what tends to happen is our body goes into this protective mode where we actually shift away from fat burning and we actually burn glucose or sugar. Okay, because that's faster burning energy. When we're in that stress state, we need energy right now, right? So unfortunately, that's not sustainable. Okay, so when we're burning sugar all the time, we're not able to tap into our fat stores. Okay, so then we can, we tend to put on too much fat over time if we're not addressing those stressors, and we're keeping our metabolism in a sugar burning state versus our natural healthy fat burning state that we want to be in. Okay, which can only occur when our stress levels are down and we're low, right, and we're sleeping well and everything is flowing properly as it should be, right? There's also physical stressors as well. So obviously, if you're over exercising and you're not getting enough rest, or the proper nourishment, then that's, your body's going to wear down over time, and that's a physical stress. And again, your body will shift into more sugar burning to offset that stress. There's other physical stressors as well, like environmental stressors. So we are exposed to a lot of toxins today, unfortunately, right? Our drinking water and the foods that we eat, and other environmental toxins or stressors, like the radiation or the EMFs that we are always constantly exposed to in our wireless world today, right? And we're never shutting down on those, and we spend a lot of time on our gadgets and all the wireless things, and putting those wireless headphones in and things like that, right? Being on our phones. So it's good to be mindful of those types of things, right? And of course, all the screen time we have today and affecting our sleep and all that kind of stuff, right? So those are kind of more the physical stressors that will, they'll raise your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and again, increase the body's need for sugar, right? So you might notice that if your cravings are really off the charts, it's usually going to be correlated to your stress levels. So don't necessarily feel bad about giving into those cravings, because you are listening to your body. So that's good that you're instinctively reacting, giving your body what it needs, which is sugar, right? But what you want to do is address the root of those cravings, which again links back to your stressors. So you want to be mindful of your mental and your physical stressors and try to mitigate those as best as you can, right? That's kind of step one, is to remove those obstacles that are preventing you from really tapping into that fat burning potential that we all have, right? So that's very important. Secondly, you want to make sure that you are properly nourished, right? And I know it's been a little bit of time since I released the last video, but you might want to go back and take a look at what that looks like. So it's not actually just the food and the nutrition that you want to focus on for nourishment. It's the sunlight and the good drinking water and getting hydrated, and also fresh air, right? So you want to try to spend more time connected with nature and being outside, right? Start walking on the ground bare feet, Get more sunlight on your skin and through your eyes, especially first thing in the morning. That's a great way to really get the metabolism kickstarted and get your energy flowing. Um, and especially water. I really want to talk about water. Water is really the conduit, the energy conduit. It's the repository for energy. I mean, we're 70% water by volume. It's very important. Every cell in our body is hydrated, and there's even water that surrounds the cells as well. So water really is that magical plasma that both absorbs and emits energy. So it really flows, right? If you think about a river, it's really that energy flow. So we definitely need to look at how much water we're drinking and also make sure that we're getting a good source of water, okay? Because a lot of the municipalities will add chemicals like chlorine and fluoride and things like that. And these are very toxic chemicals, okay? This is not a conspiracy by any means. You can go and check your water for yourself. So make sure you're getting a good source of some sort of a spring water, or if you're on a well, that's usually pretty good. You might want to get a water sample, get it tested, see what you're putting into your body. Obviously, that's important, but definitely try to be more consciously aware of your water intake. And whatever you're drinking now, you're gonna probably want to drink more, especially if you're a coffee drinker or you do drink a little bit of booze as well. You want to account for those things and be extra hydrated, right? And of course, also the EMFs and all the wireless technology that we're exposed to today can dehydrate the cells as well. So it's very important to really get lots of water. It's going to help curb your appetite as well and get energy flowing properly, so you won't have to focus too much on anything else. So I guess next would be the nutrition aspect. So really the key here for nourishing your body with nutrition is to really get your vitamins and micronutrients into your diet. Okay, so just learning to incorporate more seasonal fruits and vegetables, right? Eat them when they're in season. Just really load up on those, because they really will fill you up, because they're packed with so many nutrients, right? And just make sure you're getting quality protein as well, and don't forget those healthy fats, because they'll keep you full nice and long. So that's very important. So, but again, just make sure that you do focus on nourishing your body in other ways besides just the nutrition. Okay. And another really important thing here for dieting, I don't even really like to use the word dieting, is when you are going on your fat loss journey and you're focusing on your diet, aside from all these other things that I've just kind of shined the light on, just make sure that you create a sustainable and enjoyable plan for you, okay? It should not be restrictive by any means, right? If you properly nourish yourself and eliminate your stressors and get your energy flowing, you're naturally going to be less hungry, okay? So you won't even need to restrict yourself. You never need to restrict yourself. The need to restrict yourself just means that your body's losing energy, okay? So if you can get your energy flowing again, and you can do so with these other alternative ways, right? Nourish yourself with sunlight and water, and better air, and just learning to breathe properly and manage your stressors. You're naturally going to be less hungry, which is fantastic, because you're going to lose weight and you're not going to be really feeling like you're restricting yourself, right? So create a meal plan for yourself that's sustainable and enjoyable, right? Incorporate the foods that you love, but also make sure that you get the nutritionally dense foods in there as well, your fruits and vegetables and healthy fats and proteins, okay? And if you have some room for treats, you can absolutely do that. You can make that work. We only live once here that we're aware of, so just make it enjoyable. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you kind of some of the tips and sort of how I look at my nutrition. So I drink a lot of water, so that's the first thing. Especially first thing in the morning when I wake up, I really load up on water, and that keeps me going. So, and then I try to get some time outside and connect with the earth and the sun and get my energy flowing. And in all honesty, when I do that every morning, I'm not even really thinking about food. So this actually allows me to fast naturally, because I'm not hungry at all, because I'm getting nourished in other ways and I'm getting the energy flowing, so my body can very easily tap into its fat stores. And of course, breathing is very important as well. So just be more consciously aware of your breath, and try to slow it down and take deep breaths and really breathe in through your nose, and really expand the diaphragm. You want to be breathing belly breaths, not so much the chest rising breaths. So, be more consciously aware of that, because the more oxygen you get into your body, the more you can actually pull fuel from your fat cells, which is fantastic, because that's very sustainable, and you won't need to be eating as often, and you're going to lower your stress level. So that's fantastic. Also, what I do is I really try to focus on clearing my mind, because if you take on too much in your mind, you're just going to be it's again, that's going to bog you down, mentally stress you, and slow down your metabolism, and really shift you into that kind of sugar burning state, which is not a state we want to be in long term. And sleep is very important. So just make sure that you have good sleep habits, good sleep hygiene. Try to be off your gadgets in the evening, and try to be more in a meditative state. Let your body digest your supper, and try to shut your brain off a little bit. Do something enjoyable, and relax, and relaxing to keep your stress levels down, so you can have a good sleep. Every once in a while you could probably get away with a late night, that's fine, but just make sure that you have a decent sleep cycle for the most part. So then, of course, fasting, just make sure you know what you're doing. Fasting is very easy when you nourish your body properly, and you manage your stress, and you get your energy flowing. You'll just be able to fast naturally. So what I tend to do is, I like to fast in the morning, and then later on in the morning I'll break my fast with a lot of nutrient dense foods, lots of seasonal fruits and vegetables, to get those vitamins and micronutrients in, and kind of keep me full during the day, but nothing too heavy, so that I'm if I'm feeling bloated, or maybe feeling a bit heavy, that I need to lay down and digest, because daytime is really for being productive, and exploring, and having fun, and being physically active, right? So personally, I don't like to eat too heavy during the day. I'd rather eat my big feast meal toward the latter half of the day, later afternoon, early evening. That just seems to be more enjoyable and sustainable for myself. So that's the style that I like to do. So anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. If anybody's looking for help with meal plan, or nutrition, or anything like that, any support with your fat loss goals, feel free to reach out. I'm taking clients at the moment, so I'd be very happy to work with you, and it'd be a privilege to be a part of your health and fat loss journey. So please feel free to reach out if that's something that's interesting to you. Um, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And if you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in future videos. All right, take care, guys.